So you've probably heard by now that Townstar is about to turn its earn function back on, but we just learned that there's a little twist. We're going to cover that twist and we're going to talk about some of the updates about Townstar because the game is changing too. All that on today's Frugal BC. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Frugal BC. Today we are talking about Townstar. As you know, back in July, Townstar, which is a play-to-earn game on the Gala Games ecosystem, it was one of the first play-to-earn games to go live on there that you could actually earn money. You'd earn town coin, and you could trade that town coin. At one point, it was up to 68 cents a town coin. In fact, I believe it actually was higher than that. It was 68 cents when I bought my first NFT. I think it actually has been over $1. And as you know, it collapsed to about 1 cent in July. Gala Games turned off earn on its game on Townstar, so you could no longer earn money on it. And they did that to try to fix the economy. And for a long time, they were pretty quiet on it. They were studying it. They've been doing weekly AMAs, but we're talking a lot about earn. Well, we found out at the end of last year, I believe it was December, they announced that in January the earn function would be turned back on as long as along with the new Godot engine version of the game. So, and we'll talk about what that is. That's all supposed to go live in January, but there's a little bit of twist. So what's that twist? Well, here's what happens. As far as we know, they're sticking to this timeline. You will not be earning in town. That's right. You will be earning in Gala, which is the native token of Gala, which is switching over to its Geary chain. They're trying to do as much on that and not on ETH so that you won't lose gas fees. But that's right. When earn turns back on, you will be earning Gala coin and not town coin. Town is going away. So you might be asking, well, what happens to your existing town? Actually, they're going to be converting that a 2-to-1 ratio. So 2 town to 1 Gala, which is starting to look pretty good as the Gala price is kind of climbing right now. We can take a look at that. I'll maybe include a chart. But this is good news because Gala is on Coinbase, which makes it a very easy conversion if you want to convert. But it also means it's part of the broader Gala ecosystem, which makes, I think, the coin much stronger and less likely to crash, similar to the way the Townstar economy crashed, right? Because you have Galas tied into all their other projects. It's a coin that you use to buy things on all their other games, their music and their movies and all that stuff they got on there. So the Gala is like really integral to that, and there's people earning on nodes. So there's other uses for Gala besides just cashing out, and that was kind of the problem with Town. So the Town was just cashing out. It was pretty much all you could use Town for. You could buy NFTs with it, but a lot of people weren't. They were buying it in Gala. I don't think they were using their earnings to buy because it was just easier to get Gala, instead of trying to find because you can get it right on Coinbase. So now, how much Gala are you going to earn? How is that going to compare to Town? Well, that is to be seen. Supposedly, at the end of this week, they're going to be talking more about that and giving more details. It does sound like instead of each, and it's kind of hard to understand the way they talk about it, but they were talking about bracketing, and it sounded like basically each NFT is going to have is going to fall into a bracket, and that will earn a certain amount. So it's not like each thing will earn, this one will earn 3, this one will earn 4, that one's 7, that one's 12. It sounds like there's NFTs are going to fall into brackets, and then that bracket will earn a certain amount, a higher bracket will earn another certain amount, and that doesn't correspond to rarity from what I could gather. Now, it's hard to piece these together, and this is something I want to talk about because the Townstar has exclusively communicated these changes through AMAs, and it's one of those things, if you are not listening every single week and haven't been for the last pretty much since July, you can be kind of lost. Like there's no place that you can go online, not their Discord, not their Twitter page, not their Medium, where they just kind of lay this stuff out. It'd be nice if they did. They did have a new light paper, and it does explain some of this stuff a little bit. But the problem is it's already out of date because it still talks about Town, and Town is just out the window. It's gone. And in fact, now if you go to Gala's page, you can see all the NFTs. They were talking about this on the AMA. They've completely wiped out Town as a payment method. It's only Gala. So they've already taken steps toward that goal. So now at the same time, now Earn is turning back on at the same time that they're going to their new Godot engine, which will power Townstar. And what difference does that make? From a technical side, it means they'll be hosted on their servers and not through it won't be a state in the browser itself, which gives them more control to ban cheaters and things like that, to prevent against cheating and that sort of stuff. But it also means they're calling this Townstar Forever, and they're calling the current version of the game Townstar Live. But the new version of the game, which will be Townstar Forever, means your game will run in the background. You won't have to have it pulled up. It's going to run on the servers. So when you log in, your town will be able to run while you're not, while you're sleeping, basically, which means you won't have to have your computer on running 24/7, which is kind of nice. Now, one other thing I wanted to say about this, you might be wondering, what about all the what about those old NFTs? I already have one, or maybe I was going to get one on OpenSea. They'll all work. They will all be converted into the new format, and all NFTs will be upgradable now, so you can get upgraded functions and I believe upgraded earnings. Again, it can be hard to like piece this stuff together sometimes because you kind of get this stuff in bits and pieces from these AMAs. I really do wish they had like a kind of a living document somewhere where they updated it frequently. Supposedly they updated the light paper, by the way. I can't find it. I looked for it to be posted anywhere I looked on Discord, I looked on Twitter, I looked on their Medium post, their website, nothing. So somewhere it's updated somewhere, but I can only find the one that they did in November, which doesn't talk about the Gala conversion at all. But anyway, it does sound like these will be upgradable, which is that I know for sure. And it sounds pretty interesting. So what do I think about this? I think this is a very positive development. I think it's really great that you're going to earn in Gala, because I don't like the idea of a separate coin. I'm losing faith in that being a viable business strategy, or that these economies can sustain on a token. It seems like with the native token, it'll make a lot more sense. I think it'll be more stable because there's uses across all the Gala Games ecosystem, not just Townstar. I think the price will stay potentially more stable, although Gala did drop a lot in the bear market too. But I do think it's really good. So it's also made me like way more positive about Townstar. I actually have been playing it this last month. You can earn NFTs. They're non play to earn NFTs, but you can earn NFTs that help you in the game if you play a certain amount each month. And so I've earned some NFTs that have actually been pretty useful in the game. It'll be interesting to see how the competitions go now that you can run it in the background, because it'll be more about like checking in and doing some work on your town and then letting it go for a while, let it accumulate assets. But also it'll be nice to have the earn function back on, so maybe I can earn back the amount that I spent on my NFTs. I don't like the way that did I mention, one thing I left out, everything's switching over to the Jerry chain, which is their native Gala chain and not ETH. So those gas fees going to be going bye-bye. Did I mention that or not? If I didn't, that's a pretty important thing. I think that's been talked about for a while now. I think that the idea that they're doing that, but that should be happening pretty soon. It looks like they've already made those steps now. We're going to play it. We're going to see how it goes. They haven't given a specific date yet. They just kept saying end of January, so we'll see what happens if they actually meet that. If it's a little bit into February, we'll forgive them. I think they've been working hard on getting this fixed. I do think overall Townstar is a fun game. It's different. It's not a sit down and focus on it for hours at a time kind of a game. It's more of a, what they call it, an idle game, I think, where you have it running and then you check in on it every once in a while. And I think that's a lot of fun. I like that it's like a cash flow game. Like the idea is to make sure you have enough cash flow while you grow your farm. If you grow too quickly, you screw yourself from a cash flow perspective, just like you might in a business. And I don't know that there's another game exactly like that. There is I did try out this copycat version that was like, it took a sci-fi theme and basically almost completely cloned Townstar. The problem is there was zero logic to it, so it was just impossible to, even having watched a video on like what corresponds to what, like there's just no logic in the game. Like a town, like Townstar, the farm, all that makes sense, right? The space one, it made zero sense, and I couldn't get into it, even though the play to earn was on. It just didn't make a lot of sense. So I'm happy for these developments in Townstar. I want to hear what you guys have to think. So, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you're excited about this. One other thing I was going to talk about too is I had been looking into buying NFTs from OpenSea because they obviously went way down in price, and you could get pretty good deals on them. The problem is we don't know what the new earning structure is, and if I end up buying one of these, I could very easily see buying one of these NFTs that earned more town coin, but not like a ton more town coin, and finding out it just earns the same as the one I have. And then I'm basically at a loss then. I just, urinated money away. Sorry, just trying to be nice for the YouTube algorithms. So I didn't, and now I've seen those prices are starting to go up again, and I'm kind of glad I just didn't do it. If I was going to do it a month ago, it would have been a good time, and I was thinking about it, but I didn't. And it's okay. I think I'm okay. I want to see how this goes, see how the earn turns out. And like I said, I want to hear your thoughts. So leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, hope everyone's doing well out there. What's your favorite play to earn game? Let me know that in the comments. And do you think Townstar can turn it around? Because they're really, their user base is way down. I mean, that was obvious from when I log in. It's like you can come a day later and still get like a premium spot, whereas before, if you had to be there like right at the start to get a halfway decent spot. So you can tell that it's got to be like down to like a fifth of its former user base, I gotta think, just based on how easy it is to get a good. I even came in like halfway through a season once, and I got like a crazy good spot. So anyway, let me know what you think down below. I'm Frugal BC. I hope you're doing well out there. Remember, not your keys, not your crypto. Get your stuff off exchanges as much as possible. And as always, I'll see you in the future.